This episode of Talking with Kev on the Deck is brought to you by Plackers. It's not really, but this is a good example of the difference between a single guy living by himself and me being married and having my wife. We were running low on these. I noticed this like the other day. I use them quite often, and so we were down to under 10 of them in the little drawer that we keep them in the kitchen, right? And so I'm thinking, I wonder if she's going to get some more of these. And today I noticed there's a whole new bag, like a full bag, plus the 6 or 7 of them that are left. And I thought, if I was by myself, this is what would happen. I would notice that they're getting short, and then I would keep forgetting to buy them when I went to the store, and then I would run out of them. That would force me to go to the store to get some more. But because I have a wife, I don't have to do that. She just knows, and she gets them here before they run out. So that's for the guys that are wondering whether you should get married. If you find a wife like I did that will do that kind of stuff for you, it makes your life way easier. So let's stop with all the bragging and move on to the next thing. We've been talking, me and my wife have been talking about retirement. And I'll be 57 this year. So I could actually, at least the way the laws are now, I could actually go 5 more years, start drawing Social Security. Now, I don't want to do that. I'd rather go at least till 65, if not 70. But the trade-off, though, is if you retire early, you got more time to do things like traveling and whatnot. And so the problem with living in the United States is that, traveling, if I'm going to go to places in Asia to travel, that airfare is, that's a significant portion of the cost to travel to these places. So we started thinking, where are a lot of the places we'd like to go? And I would love to go to a lot of places in Southeast Asia. We've been to Singapore. My wife is from Korea. So we'd like to go to Vietnam. We'd like to go to the Philippines. We'd like to go to probably Bali and Thailand. I mean, that can go on. So what we'd like to do, and this is what would make it really affordable, is you could go set up a base somewhere. Say, I think if you took only geography into consideration, Vietnam would be the ultimate place. Because you're by water when you're there, when you're at the home base. Like, let's say Da Nang, Vietnam. It's Da Nang or Da Nang. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've never been around anyone that was Vietnamese, so I never heard the language much. Anyway, so you have your base there, and then you're on like a tourist visa, so it's like every 90 days, I believe, is what Vietnam is right now. And it wouldn't be that big of a problem there, because that's not that far. If you go due west from Da Nang, you're going to hit Laos in relatively short order. And then you go a little south of there, I guess that's Cambodia, and you got China to the north. Anyway, the 90-day thing, if you're traveling quite often, it wouldn't be that big of a hassle. But eventually it would become like a kind of a thorn. It's like, I've got to do a visa run again. I've heard this term recently since I've been looking into this whole idea of being an expat in Southeast Asia. I guess there's industries dedicated to doing these visa runs for you. So I just want to kind of make this little video talking about my intention of going to Southeast Asia as an expat and retiring there and traveling until I can't travel anymore. It would be really nice if I could come up with some place where I could be a permanent resident. Me and my wife both probably a little too ambitious of a goal there. So maybe eventually we'd have to come back to the US, but I think if I could become a permanent resident somewhere else, that would be really ideal. When we get really old and can't travel anymore, and when it's time to just kind of cash in the chips and be a homebody, I think it would be still nice to do it in that part of the world, just because of the cost. And I can't be alone in this. It's hard to get this. This YouTube channel doesn't have any subscribers at all, and I'm gonna try to do it with some keywords, see if I can maybe get other expats to look at this and tell me what they've learned, what they do, things that I'm not seeing. But I thought it would be a good idea to just kind of put this out there, and I look forward to hearing from anyone. If you have any experience, if you're retired in Southeast Asia, or if you even live in that part of the world, if you're younger than, I know there's a lot of English teachers there that spend time. My older son's buddy from high school, he was an English teacher in Vietnam and married a girl from there. And so I know there's quite a few people that are, younger that are doing this kind of stuff too. I don't know if you'll have much to offer me because your situation is probably a little bit different, but I'd still like to hear from anyone. As long as you feel you could start a dialogue with me, that'd be cool. So I'm gonna put this video on YouTube. Try to put some tags on it to get some expats to look at it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. So rather than me ramble on, I'll just end this, and hope that you will like, subscribe, and comment below on this video. Thanks.